Good evening, boils and ghouls. Yeah, I did not look like this the day that I got my phone call from the hospital. I did a bit of a panicked thing, as most people with anxiety do, and most people who go in for surgery in general do, and I started filming before I even thought about doing an intro. So it's actually Sunday, it is St. Paddy's Day. Today is day 4 post-op. I am actually vlogging part of today as well, so you will get to see that too. But I figured while I'm here and while it's all set up and ready to go, I would kind of take you through a bit of the day before / night before my surgery. So I got my phone call at like 3 in the afternoon telling me that I had to be there at 6 a.m. My surgery was scheduled for 8:30. I did not know that until the day that I walked in. They do not tell you those things in case you get bumped. But I had to be there for 6, which meant that I had to get up at 3:30 because I had to finish drinking whatever I was going to drink that day because I was only allowed to drink by 4:30 because that's an hour and a half before I had to be at the hospital. So, needless to say, that was super not fun. I barely slept that night. I think I fell asleep around 1:30 or 2. And then I got up at 3:30, which meant I set an alarm for 3, which means I got up at 3:30, 3:45-ish, started drinking. I chugged a ton of water. I think I had like 24 ounces of water before I even like stepped foot into anything else. And then I needed to drink 2 cups of a clear liquid with sugar in it. So I did 2 cups of white grape juice because that was my favorite. However, that being said, I don't have the same kind of love for white grape juice as I used to. I didn't puke any of it up or anything. I just 3:30 in the morning, 4 o'clock in the morning, chugging down, actually I think it was like 20 after 4 by that point, chugging down 2 cold cups of white grape juice was no bueno. It was no bueno. It's not my thing. It's not my favorite thing. It never will be my favorite thing. I don't like a lot of sugar, and I don't drink those juices like, I drink it in very little moderation. 2 cups was a lot. So we did that. The day before, I was pretty panicked. You'll see portions of that because I did film some of it for you guys. And then the next day, I showed up at 6 o'clock. I was brought into a waiting room and then basically immediately ushered out into like this pre-op where they have beds upon beds in rows along the walls, and a nurse's station and gowns. And so they gown you up. They make you take a urine test. Obviously for me, it's like a pregnancy test, hormones, all that jazz, because I was getting a hysterectomy done. So they did not want to do a hysterectomy on somebody who is pregnant, obviously, because that's a whole other ballgame we're just not going to get into. We're not even going to get into this on this channel, especially right now, not happening. Anyway, did that. And then they gowned me up and took out all of my piercings. Hence why I still don't have all of my earrings in, because I have been literally just not focused on putting them back in, and I've been too lazy. I did get to keep my tragus. They taped it over. Obviously, I understood that there could be repercussions of them doing so because it could be ripped out or torn or things could be lost or what have you, but it's very rare. I had to take out my septum. I had to basically re-pierce it with this afterwards. That was some of the least fun ever, and my husband didn't get that filmed. I don't know why he thought that. I don't know. Anyway, he's not good with that stuff, so chances are he was not going to film it. I did have to re-pierce it a little bit. Not a ton, but I definitely needed the straight, so this is curved, but it's got a straight bar on the inside of it. I definitely needed this straight bar to get all the way through the piercing. Fun stuff. I did it literally with my phone facing me, using that as a mirror and getting it into the hole and then shoving it literally through the other hole because that had started to close in. Fun. And then I immediately put this stud in. So then after that, I went out, I put all of my piercings in my bag, and my husband came back in with me. I did a bit of filming and pre-op because I was allowed. Then he had to, and then they came around 8 o'clock, just before 8 o'clock, to come get me. And he wheeled me out into the hallway. He took my phone, and he had to stay behind, obviously. And then I met with the anesthesiologist first, and then my team of surgeons and doctors and residents. And the anesthesiologist put obviously, an IV, sorry guys, in the back of my hand, which you can probably tell literally right where the puncture wound is, and the fact that I turned green afterwards. I always bruise. My hand is just not, it's just not the place to put an IV. However, she did very good, and quite frankly, did it on the first try, and she was very, very good, and she answered all of my questions. She was absolutely wonderful. She did put me at ease a little bit, and because I do have anxiety, and I don't take anything for it, and because I couldn't take any of the pre-op meds that they gave me because I have really bad reactions to them, Tylenol being one of them, and Celebrex being the other. I get really dizzy and disoriented on Celebrex, and I start to vomit. It's not something I really wanted to deal with pre-op, like 10 minutes before surgery. So I took nothing beforehand. Nothing. That's apparently not always common. However, I was okay with it. It is what it is. And after we spoke, and after we, I asked questions and she answered and whatever, the entire team came out and introduced themselves to me, which included the surgeon, which I already knew, my doctor, and her resident surgeon that she was training, which I had already met before when I signed my papers for the second time for the hysterectomy. And then we went over 3 times my procedure to be sure that I agreed with the entire procedure. And then I met 2 other residents and 2 other doctors and another anesthesiologist. There was a lot of people in that room. A lot. Where's her back? The 2 resident doctors learned pelvic exams after I was put under, proper pelvic exams, which is super important, especially for people like me. So I gave consent for that. And then I was walked in and I placed myself on the bed, and they started like putting their little electrode pads and everything on me. And then I looked up at my anesthesiologist, who I'm sure she thought I was high out of my mind, but I hadn't taken anything, and asked her when the aliens were coming to get me, because it literally looked like in all of those alien movies you see aliens probing people. You look up in an actual OR room. It's like 3 large lights. You have the bed and like all the monitors and then all the tables around. And obviously the doctors and the nurses and everybody else like kind of filters back and forth between where they need to be. But straight up, the first thing I thought of was the X-Files. And that was the first thing that came out of my mouth, because anxiety and I say weird things. And I look up at my anesthesiologist and I asked her when the aliens are coming. And I had to repeat myself twice. And she looks at me and she goes, "Oh, they never say when they're coming." Because she literally stopped, looked at my actual surgeon, and my surgeon looked at her and said, "No, she's not joking." And then she decided to answer my question. Yeah, I'm a special one. I know. I was out probably less than 5 minutes after entering that room. So I entered just after 8:30. And then I started breathing oxygen. And then they started, obviously, with the IV. And then she counted me out so that I would be comfortable, because I asked her to. And she asked if that's what I would prefer. And before I even got that 5th breath in, I was done. But I knew in my head that I'd only taken 4 breaths, and I was really apparently trying to get that last one in, but I was out. Because I'm weird like that. My anxiety works like that. Yeah, that's pretty much what happened. You'll see what happened the night before and everything else, because I've already filmed all of that. I apologize for my intros and my outros being a little bit odd and off because it's been a bit of a whirlwind. And like I said, today is 4 days post-op. I will be inserting photos in next video for like my full first week of my incisions, or my first 5 days anyway. I'm still taking pictures every day. They're also going on Facebook. But that, yeah, that was something else. It really was. And then they brought me out and I was in recovery. And I came out of anesthesia and nothing funny was said or done. Unfortunately, I was super boring coming out of anesthesia. And then I was wheeled into my semi-private room. My husband met us like halfway there. And I stayed one night and I went home the next morning. And I've been filming those days since, like little bits and pieces. So yeah, that's pretty much the story. The rest of it has already been filmed. I just wanted to let you guys know the lay of the land, pretty much. What exactly happened, kind of thing. I'm doing really well. Mentally and physically, I'm doing really, really well. I'm not in as much pain as I'd expected to be at all. In fact, I'm surviving off of Advil and my CBD oil, and that is it. I have not taken a single pain pill. Not a single one. So, yeah. That is all. Good afternoon, boils and ghouls. Just got a call. I have to go in for 6 a.m. tomorrow. That's my least favorite. Basically means I have to be up at 3:30 in order to make sure that I have everything ready to go and get there across town to be there in time for 6. And that's usually about when I fall asleep. Yay. I also definitely need to take a shower. I have to drop my daughter off at my sister's place because she's staying there for the rest of the week. The anxiety and the stress is starting to kick in. It is 4 p.m. 4:30, 4:20, 4:22, 4:22. The night before. And I don't have my daughter's bag packed. I don't have any of my sheets washed, which definitely needs to be done. I have not showered yet because I have been editing the video that's supposed to go up tonight. That hasn't even been condensed yet or transferred or even remotely posted. It is longer than I want it to be. This is what anxiety does. Yep. Okay, so the laundry is on. I have to charge my phone now. And I'm going to start packing her bag. That's what I'm going to do. And then I'm going to start packing mine. So I don't have a lot of choice in the matter right now. Good times. Yeah, this is what I look like when I'm on the verge of not okay. All right, anyway, I'm going to go breathe and do some stuff to distract myself, and I will check in with you guys in a little bit. That's what I'm going to do. All right. I'm going to finish this other video and get it up for you guys so that it's up, it's ready to go, and I don't have to worry about it. See you in a bit. Hello. I said I would be back. I am back. This one is going to Auntie's. We're finally on our way. I am showered. My YouTube video is uploading. It's probably going to take 7 million years. I'll be surprised if it's ready by the time I have to leave tomorrow morning. I'm not joking. That's how slow everything is working today. So we're dropping her off. I'm getting food and gravel because, you know, that's what I live off of. And then I'm going home to eat, pack my bag, and hopefully get maybe an hour or two of sleep. Because I have to get up in enough time to at least drink enough to feel like I've eaten something, because I'm starting so early in the day that by the time I actually get there and probably get gowned up and everything that I will literally feel like it's 1 o'clock and it's actually time for me to eat, even though it's not. And then I'll be starving and very unhappy. And I'm already not doing so great mentally, so yeah, good times.
I can't eat after midnight tonight.
I know I can't eat after midnight tonight. I feel like a fucking gremlin right now. Don't get me wet and don't feed me after midnight. Although, really, seriously, I think I am just partial gremlin. Let's be realistic. Yeah. I mean, I avoid having to, like, shower at all possible cost. I do feel sometimes, like, when I do, I'm splitting in two because of the exhaustion that it causes. So, you know, maybe that's what happens when I eat after midnight. Maybe I actually do turn into a monster. I just don't know it. I'd film that, but it's probably terrifying, and my vlogs are not labeled under horror, even though sometimes I feel like they should be, even though they're just my regular life. That's what's going on. So I'm hoping I can get home and in bed and, like, myself literally drugged up and together before 9 o'clock. It's not looking that way, though. It's 20 to 8. I'm not gonna lie, I've waited a long time for this, but now that it has come, the prospect of it has made my anxiety absolutely skyrocket, and if I really didn't need to and I could back out, I would.
Not happening.
But I can't, so I have no choice but to attempt not to have a fucking panic attack, or at least save the panic attack for the hospital so they drug me up and I don't know what's happening. That is a goal, right? Goals, life goals. I'm totally life goals, right? No, I'm really not. Do not aspire to be me, children. Do not. Definitely. No, you can aspire to be me with less pain. See, now I'm very productive when I'm not in pain. So there you go. And my anxiety was under complete control until I got the phone call from the hospital. Early at that. Yay. As much as I thought it was going to be annoying to wait until 8 p.m. to find out when I had to be there for, it would have actually been less stressful because I would have had less time for my anxiety to kick up and for me to worry about it. But it never seems to work that way. Does it? No. But we're almost there, so it's time to drop this one off. And then I'm getting food. Yeah, food. Because, like it's been stated, I can't eat after midnight tonight. I'm also technically not allowed to get high tonight either, so, I mean, I guess I won't really be that hungry at midnight like I usually am, so don't really know what I'm worrying about. But I will check back in with you guys probably right before bed, and then tomorrow morning when I really do start to freak out. That'll be fun. Yay. Not. Hello, good evening, boils and ghouls. I'm still awake, and it's, I don't even know what fucking time it is. It's past 10 though, I'm sure. I should be asleep. I have to be up at like 3:30 because my last drink has to be downed by 4:30. I have to drink at least 2 cups of that grape juice, which I'd like to say shouldn't be difficult, but at like 4 in the morning, it's actually not going to be super fun. I'm still going to start my day with my 16 ounces of lemon water regardless because it's a habitual thing. And I feel like the more habit that I put into the morning, the less anxious I will be, even though the anxiety is getting to me pretty bad right now already. This is what happens when I'm anxious. I can't think straight. I don't make a lot of motherfucking sense. But I'm about to take all of my meds there. I'm about to take all of my meds. I'm still drinking a tea, but it's caffeine free, so whatever. I did grab myself some candy, which I'll probably eat just out of nervousness until I can't eat anymore, which is midnight, which is not long from now, actually. Yay. So, yeah, that's what's up. I'm about to get undressed and crawl into bed and ply myself with Gravol so that I don't vomit out of sheer anxiousness, which is just great because it's already kicking in. Yep, nausea's already kicking in. Trying really hard to distract myself, but I really, so here's the thing. Here's the thing about me that I don't know if I've actually explained on this channel yet, so I'll explain it now. Part of my anxiety is triggered when I'm not in control of a situation completely. And that is because I am 100% Virgo control freak. I mean, yeah, you can not blame it on astrology all the hell you want, which is fine. But either way, I am a type A personality in any regard. And in any regard, most of us happen to be control freaks. I happen to be one of them. And if I am not in control of a situation or my body in a situation, it throws my anxiety like right through the roof. And so situations like this are really very difficult for me because I'm literally giving up all control of my own person and handing it over to somebody else. And that's really hard. It's really shitty. I really don't like it. Honestly, the anesthesia, even though just being general anesthesia, the anesthesia part of everything is the thing that's upsetting me the most because that is the thing that takes away the control I have over a situation. That is the thing I'm terrified of the most. I'm not even terrified about being cut open or like any of the little things that they like to mention that could go wrong or anything like. I honestly, those things don't scare me. They don't bother me in the least. It's the fact that I'm going to have zero control over my own being. And I hate that feeling of not having control over my own being. So, yeah, it really sucks. Good morning, boils and ghouls. I'm going to try and talk as loud as I can without waking anybody out. I'm running the warm water for my 16 ounces of lemon water. And I'm measuring out. I'm measuring out another 2 cups of the white grape juice I was talking about. Because it all has to be sculled down in the next 10-ish minutes. And then I have to get ready and go. The house is dark AF because it's fucking 4:15 in the morning. So I know this footage is gonna need to be bumped up a bit, and I apologize for that, but that is the plight. The absolute plight at this point of having to be at the hospital for 6 a.m. and nobody else having to be up for several more hours. I'm not gonna go around turning on a bunch of freaking lights. So that's what's happening. Oops, I guess that's what's happening right now. 1 cup. Two cups. Now, I am allowed. I'm allowed to brush my teeth and stuff. I'm just not allowed afterwards if I'm past the brushing the teeth portion. If I'm past 4:30 to actually drink anything afterwards, like water. Oh, the fridge light is great lighting right now, isn't it? Sorry, this is all over. I know, it sucks. So anyway, I'm going to drink these down and then brush my teeth, my hair, and finish packing my bag and get my husband up so we can fucking leave. It is 5:35. You will never see this witch up this early ever again unless I'm going on vacation, especially vlogging. But we are at the hospital. I'm about to make my way into the critical care wing and get myself all checked in. Hopefully it doesn't take long because the amount that I had to kind of drink beforehand and the drive here, I had to pee again. And I freaking hate, and I have to go in the cold. I hate mornings. Seriously, if you're a morning person, do not comment down below. I don't want to hear from you. I hate mornings so fucking much. Alright. Let's get this motherfucking show on the road so that you guys can see the funny shit. Like me getting high off of anesthesia and me coming out of anesthesia and me not having to be awake at this time in the morning because I'm really not hilarious right now. So let's go. No, I'm not happy. So I'm all gowned up. I'm laying in bed. I have no piercings in except for this one that's getting taped. And I feel really freaking naked without them. I miss my piercings already. I only just took them out. But I'm laying here in pre-op. Surgery is at 8:30 to 12. I don't even know what time it is right now. My clock is on what I am recording, so I couldn't even tell you, but my guess is probably not even 7 o'clock yet. So that's what's happening right now. I'm just chilling. Once everything gets set up, they're gonna get my husband. He's gonna come in and see me. And I'll go over what they've done once he gets here. That's pretty much what's going on today. I feel naked. I'm exhausted. I'm starting to get nauseous. The anxiety's kicking up. And I still hate hospitals. Who would have thought? Seriously, my face looks so empty, and I hate it. I'm not loving this procedure at all. Although the heated thing that they put underneath the blankets, I could use one of these at home. These are sweet. Like, look at how puffy that is. That's all hot air. That's not me, I swear. It's all hot air. So nice. Good evening, boils and ghouls. It is in fact 5:20. Damn it, missed 4:20 today. Oh, what can you do? I managed to get the ring back in. It was painful as shit, but it's there. This one's back in. I'm not really worried about these ones, so meh, whatever. Nobody was able to get anything crazy. There was nothing really crazy when I came out of anesthesia at all. I literally just came out of it like I was groggy from having over-the-counter sleep meds. Sorry guys, it really sucks because I was really hoping for something fun.
Me too.
But I kind of just woke up and I was like in the actual like intermediary recovery ward, not my actual room. And there's like people coming in and out all over the place, and there's nurses, and no, they didn't fuck up my bangs, they're there. And I was literally able to answer like full-blown questions within 2 minutes of being awake. I don't think I'm human. I know my sister Megan was way funnier than this. Then I came up to my room
semi-private. Thank God. I came up to my room and then I passed out again. I'm still really freaking tired. I have a feeling some of the worst part of this recovery is actually going to be chronic fatigue still. But honestly, other than that, it was nothing. It was actually kind of funny though, because they always put like an oxygen mask over you to fill your lungs so that, you know, you're actually breathing properly when they administer the anesthesia and stuff. And she was making, the anesthesiologist made a comment about how I'm taking such great breaths, and all I could think of in my head was, if you removed this mask from my face, I'd be able to tell you it's because if I didn't, I'd be having a panic attack on your table right now. But
it says there deep breaths on the sign.
Yeah, but it's fine. Whatever. It's fine. No, I was out in minutes after that. I don't remember a thing. I definitely did not wake up part of the way through. But I get pictures, which is super cool. So I'll definitely be sharing those. Definitely. Oh, and apparently I'm part of a pilot project, which is really cool. I like being part of pilot projects. Apparently there's a surgeon in Toronto who has decided to attempt to put black boxes into surgical rooms. Kind of like black boxes that you see on airplanes, so that when they crash, you can see what happens. Same concept, so we can learn and determine in certain settings and certain procedures and certain surgeries, like what went wrong or what could go wrong or what does go wrong, in order to fix it so that there's less mistakes during surgery. Don't know why they haven't been doing this for decades, but I had to sign off on that with my left hand today because my right hand had this in it. Can't really hold a pen. So they're probably gonna look at that and go, did you force her to sign that? The answer is no, but it definitely looks like I did. But yeah, I'm not quite myself just yet. I'm really exhausted. I feel really beat up right now. But nowhere close to being the amount of pain that I was expecting to be in at all. Of course, that being said, it's still early stages. I've only been out of surgery and out of anesthesia for less than 5 hours, so that could have something to do with it. But I will check back in when I have something else important to say. And I hope you guys are all feeling way less beat up than I am. I will talk to you in a few. Good evening, boils and ghouls. How we all doing? I am, as you can probably tell now, back in the crypt at home. No, I don't have all my piercings back in. I gotta work on them. Maybe I'll put them back in tomorrow. We shall see. I don't know. I've been literally just in and out of consciousness all day today, which, to be honest, is kind of something I've like desperately needed, just in general. Not so much in the comatose way that surgery makes you do it, but just in general, so that I'm not, just because my chronic fatigue had taken over so much. Sorry guys, it's really hard to maneuver myself in a comfortable manner. Had taken over my life in so many ways, and I needed it to kind of just like balance out and shit. My neck is so sore. Because honestly, this right now is hurting more than my incision site. So yeah, when the band-aids come off tomorrow, I will film it so you guys can see the band-aids coming off. That's what's going to happen. Yeah. But other than that, I've been eating, I've been drinking. I can get myself up. I can wander around a little bit. Mostly to the bathroom and back right now, as my bathroom is way farther away than it was in the hospital. And then tomorrow, I'm going to see if I can't get into some good natural lighting to take video footage of me removing the actual band-aid. Like the steri strips will still be there for my incision wounds, for my stitches and shit. but the actual Band-Aid, so you'll be able to like see through it and see how large the incisions are and all that jazz. And I'll be able to take like a quick shower and stuff. All right, I promised you I would be back and that I'd show you my incisions. So let's take a look at my incisions because it's gonna be fun. Done. Also, done. No, I'm not getting naked. Sorry. Haha, joke's on you. So this one's already coming off, so that's what that one looks like right there.
All I see is Casper.
So these steri strips, this one's already starting, but these steri strips will eventually just kind of peel themselves off or come off in the shower type of thing. I'd say this would be easier if this was actually wet, but it's actually coming off really easily. I'm just doing it slowly to make sure nothing gets stuck. Like this one seems to be on the back side, which is probably good that I made sure of that. Because that got stuck down here and I didn't know. This is the only one that really bled apparently. See? I actually didn't even bleed that much. But I'm all cut up in here. I actually have another scar here anyway on my belly button, which is from getting it pierced multiple times and not having it take. Good times. And stuff. Oh, I want to take it that way. Take out this one. He's got my peach fuzz. It's not funny. So, hold up. No, this one has a steri strip stuck to it, that's why. I have the soft ones, that's why. I buy like the stretchy, really soft material ones. Honestly, I know a lot of women buy like the throwaway underwear because of bleeding and stuff, but I actually didn't bleed like at all. I don't know if that's normal, if I'm an alien, what, I don't know. Here, I'm a little, yeah, I'm pretty swollen. I'm not like swollen so much at the incision sites though as I was expecting to be. But I am swollen because they did pump me full of gas. Like they pumped me full of air in order to do this. And not all of the air has released itself yet. So that is exactly why I look like this. But I've been told that should be gone in the next week-ish. You'll see over my, it's like daily vlogs. You'll see throughout my vlogs, I'll show you like the state of everything every day basically. So you can see how quickly the gas shrinks. Although this is even shrunk, I couldn't get a good video of it yesterday because I was way too tired, but this has even shrunk since then. Like I was all bubbled up like up here yesterday too, so like that's already all gone, which is really nice. And it's not like hard to the touch. It was hard yesterday, like it was literally so full of air that it was hard. It's not hard anymore, obviously. There you can see the there you go. Anyway, that's doing that because I'm swollen and because I still have air, but I'm not. Like the air isn't so compressed in there like it was when I went home that it was like literally a rock. So that's good. Moving around actually doesn't hurt that much. The only thing that does hurt is rolling around in bed because it takes like all of your momentum to roll from side to side. And I have incisions on both sides. So it's kind of like no matter what side I roll to, there's no like good side to roll onto. What else? Oh, and really quick before I cut this one out, I think I'm going to be putting together like a video of what people don't tell you, but really should. Instead, what they do tell you and doesn't matter type of video, because my pre-op appointment to me seemed pretty pointless in comparison to what actually happened. It seemed pretty pointless in comparison to all the things that I've been told by all of the women who've had this done. And every woman that I've spoken to has basically told me that, I wish they had told me this, or I didn't know that, or I didn't know that until 4 surgeries in, or I didn't, and it's just stupid things that you'd think should be brought up just as regular common sense type of things, but seeing as you've never been through surgery before, you've never had this kind of surgery before, you wouldn't know it. But apparently neither did the doctors, because they didn't mention it either. So I will probably compile something like that. I might even compile a written one. We'll see if I can get enough. But like, I have really bad shoulder pain right now. All of my shoulder pain is sitting all up in here, all up in my chest, my shoulder, my upper back, like everywhere feels like something is just compressing down on me. And that's because when they went in and they did my surgery, after I was put out, they put my legs really high up in those stirrups that we really love when we get our pap smears done, but like surgical ones, so really high up. So my entire body was basically like tilted upwards. And so that this portion was like flat out basically, and everything was resting on my shoulders and the top half of my back, my upper back. And it's also now full of all of the air that they pumped into me, which is something nobody mentioned. Like, the most pain that I've literally had since the surgery has been my upper body, my shoulders. Nothing to do with my incisions, nothing to do with walking around, nothing to do with anything that you would think, but literally, like, it hurts to move my shoulders. I had things that randomly keep popping because air keeps escaping from random holes and places that I didn't know it was there. It's really uncomfortable. So that's just something to think about, because we're not told everything. We're really not. And I really wish we were, so maybe somebody like myself should put something together for that. So as per usual, do not forget to like, share, and subscribe. If you share one video this month, please let it be about endometriosis awareness, as it is Endometriosis Awareness Month. It does not have to be one of my videos. It doesn't even have to be a video of somebody that I know. But if you just share one video this month, please let it be about endometriosis awareness, as 1 in 10 women have it, and 90% of the rest of the population have no idea that it even exists. So I will talk to you guys all in the next one. Bye.